we figure out spousal support or alimony in a Utah divorce case? Well, it's complicated. It isn't easy. There are not set formulas. The law is kind of vague, and I think it's vague on purpose because every situation is unique and different. What the law says is, alimony or spousal support is granted based on two things, and they're kind of vague. One, the needs of the recipient spouse, and the ability to pay of the paying spouse. So what does that mean? Well, let's say that you're the spouse that needs it, and you don't really have an education, so you maybe make a couple $1,000s a month, and you're getting divorced from somebody that makes $10,000 a month. But for you to have the same lifestyle you had while you were married to that person, you need $4,000 a month. So you have a $2,000 need based on, in addition to what you can earn. So now we look at the person, their ability to pay. Well, if they're taking all of the debt from the marriage because they've got more income, their ability to pay might be less, but you're getting the benefit of them paying the debt, right? That's why it's kind of hard to figure out. There aren't set formulas. Just an example. So we look at them and say, okay, but their bills, let's say their bills add up to $9,000. So they've only got $1,000 extra that they can afford to pay. Their ability to pay is only $1,000. So what might happen in this case is the person with more income is going to pay you $1,000, right? Because they are there, but they can't pay more than that. So it's two things: your need and their ability to pay. I have a case that we've been working on recently. The recipient spouse is that they need over $3,000 a month. The problem is the spouse that's paying only makes $5,000 a month. So they're asking for more than half of that person's income. That's probably not going to happen. I have never seen a judge in an alimony or spousal support case take the paying spouse and make them worse off in total income than the recipient spouse. So those are just some of the factors. Like I say, the two principles that the law looks at is the needs of the recipient and the ability to pay of the paying spouse. So maybe another example. Let's say you're able to make $2,000 a month, but the other spouse makes $20,000 a month. Your need is only $3,000. You're only going to get $1,000 because your needs are met. But if your need is more, you're going to get more, even though they make a lot more. So they're not going to overly enrich you, right? But they're going to make sure your needs are met. I don't know if that helps, but that's generally how we look at alimony in Utah, and a couple of examples. And it's going to be based on a lot of other factors, maybe the education. Maybe you've got a recipient spouse who's been kind of that stay-at-home parent, but they've got a law degree. Well, they can maybe go out and make $100,000 a year. And the person that's been working makes about $100,000. You're probably not going to have spousal support in that case, right? Because that person had the ability to go earn more money than they were earning while they were that stay-at-home spouse. So that's another thing to consider is in a divorce, if you've been the stay-at-home parent, your income for calculating likely both child support and spousal support is going to be based on the capacity to earn that you have. So if you have that degree, a teacher's degree, or maybe you're a massage therapist, or you're a LPN or an RN, or you've got some degree in skills that you can go into the marketplace and make money, the court's going to look at what you're capable of making, even though you've been a stay-at-home parent, at least in the long term. Now, there might be some short-term things to get you to that point, but long term, they're going to look at your ability to earn compared to your need, and the ability to pay of the spouse that's being asked to pay support. Anyway, just some thoughts and stuff on that. If you're in a spousal support situation, likely in a divorce case, I'd be glad to help you walk you through this, advocate for you, try and get you the most that you would be deserving of, and if you're being asked to pay, make sure you're not paying more than you should be paying as we work through that process. Now, evidence is going to be a big part of it. I've had some cases where clients just didn't get me the evidence, and so I wasn't able to present a very good case for them. So preserving and getting good evidence is a big, important part of some of these kind of cases. That's how we look at it. If you're in southern Utah in particular, I'd love to have an opportunity to meet with you and maybe help you. You can get a hold of me at greaterzionlaw.com. And again, my name is Travis Christiansen.